Hey guys, I haven't really vlogged at all the past few weeks. I've had so many videos that I could just kind of put up, and that's just what I was doing. If I'm being completely honest, I haven't wanted to vlog. I've been in a real crap mood and just, I don't know, I'm just kind of in a mood. I know why I'm in a mood. The anniversary of us putting our house on the market, you know, planning to move is now. Today actually is the day that we listed our house and started getting all of our offers and all that stuff. And you know, I've been honest, you know, I'm not completely secure in the decision that we made to sell our home and relocate. Things are not better in every aspect that we wanted. They're better in a lot of aspects that we wanted. Like my children are very, very happy here. They really like it here. They've made good friends here. Trevor is the only one that maybe suffers a little bit, but I think it's in such ebbs and flows that I don't think that he's truly having a hard time. I think maybe he just has like his group of friends. He's just still trying to figure that out, if that makes any sense at all. I think that my husband misses his hours at his other job, but the BS that was part of his other job is not at this job. I mean, this job has its own BS, but I think overall, in all honesty, if he had the hours that he had in New Hampshire at this job, I think he'd be completely happy. I think I wouldn't hear a peep from him. And in all honesty, I don't really hear much from him about his job. He makes it to work. They're, for the most part, pretty lenient. He feels confident in his job there, and, you know, I think he thinks that he doesn't mind it. He doesn't mind the job. He just does wish that his hours were a little bit better. And then there's me, and I'm just, you know, I'm having a hard time. I'm very different from the people here, and yes, I was born and raised in the South, but I'm just a little bit different. And you know, I hear almost weekly someone messaging me, thank you so much for not being unicorns and glitter and sparkles and being real, and just thank you. And you know, I think that that's something that, to me, it's just real important. I need to be genuine with myself and the people around me. And, you know, there are days where my kids suck, where my husband sucks, where I suck, where my family sucks. You know, there are plenty of days where it's not perfect. And, you know, every day is going to have some kind of crap moments. And every day is also going to have some really, really great moments. And I try to balance sharing on my social media and my friend circle and everything else, the good and the bad, because you're lying to yourself if you say that everything is perfect and everything is great and you're happy all the time. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. You know, it's okay to have all these things in your life. And you know, I am grateful that you guys see how genuine I am and tolerate and put up with me in the good and the bad, because let's face it, I am not Susie Sunshine, and I'm well aware of that. I know I'm also not Debbie Downer, but you know, I have my moments, and it's hard here. It's still real hard for me. And it does get better, and by far, like, I'm having more good days than bad days now. When I first moved, it was more bad days than good days. But I think it's pretty clear to see what I do in my day-to-day life. You know, I don't have a lot of help from my husband, from my spouse. He is a very hard worker, and he makes sure that he gets up and goes to work every day and works as much as he can, and he tries to get as many hours in as he can every day, where he is kind of in a commission-based type job. And you know, he tries to make it so that the kids' wishes and my wishes can all be met, you know, within reason, and I'm grateful for that. And I respect him so much as a hard worker and, you know, being selfless in that aspect. However, it still doesn't make it any easier doing it by myself 24/7. You know, on the weekdays, the weekends, all the time I'm having to constantly go. And if I do stop to do something, you know, for myself, I do feel guilty and I do feel bad about it. And, you know, that's hard, but I try to remember that there are people watching me and there are people in all different stages of their life, and that so many of you have messaged me and told me that, you know, I helped them get through a day, a week, a month, whatever, of, you know, just a really crappy time in their life. And that's why I continue to post on YouTube. I don't make a ton of money on YouTube. It's a lot more work than the little amount of money that I get, but I like posting and sharing memories for me to look back on. I like posting and hearing from people that I helped them or inspired them or just made them feel normal. And I guess that's what I aim to be. You know, I am not one that's going to make friends with everyone, because I don't have a filter and I'm going to say what's on my mind and I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. And you know, that's me. And I think that that's something that you really do. Maybe the older you get, the more genuine you get, you know. It can be hard here because a lot of times people will just, there's a lot of fake it till you make it here. And I know that that's probably going to tick a lot of people off, but it's alive and well here. And believe me, there are plenty of people that are hard workers and, you know, are true to themselves too. It's not like a, you know, 80-20 thing, but there's just a lot more of that. And I feel like in New England that those type of people would have just been eaten alive, because you just really want to be genuine and be yourself. And if I've taken anything from New England, it's that. And I love that. I love that I have a no nonsense, no BS type of thing. I would rather not have any friends in the world than have fake friends, or have friends that were smiling at me and talking crap about me behind my back or judging me behind my back. And believe me, I have some people that were friends that happened, and they're not friends in my life anymore. And you know, it's okay to have that. It's okay to be alone as a mom. And unfortunately, you know, you may look to YouTube or blogs or TV or whatever to kind of get you through the day. But if you're being genuine and you're being yourself, I think that that's all that you should worry about. You know, don't worry about having that million of friends and, you know, all that, because that will come. You know, I have a true best friend that I've had since high school. And I do have some people that I have met along the way that I know that they're on my team. And I don't have to talk to them every day or every week or even every month, but I know that they're there for me and they support me and they'll be by my side. And I know, in all honesty, if I need to, I can come on the internet. That's the beauty of it. I can come on the internet and just kind of vent and talk, and that someone will give me advice or tell me they've been there or they've done that, or it gets easier or whatever. And, you know, that's just me. And I'm glad that you guys can see my true colors. You know, it has been really hard here, you know, going from you know, living where all of our family was near us, and I did have a lot of friends that could help me out when I needed it, or even just to get a date night. You know, we had that, and you know, we don't have that here. And you know, my husband used to be home at like 4:30, 5 o'clock every day, so he would help me cook dinner and get it on the table. And even if he wasn't helping me, he was just kind of in the kitchen and could like stir something or whatever, or set the table. Or just having him home at 5 o'clock, 4:30 was nice, because you know, he could help with bath time and he could help with all that stuff, or sports or whatever. And it's like, here I wake up in the morning and I go nonstop, especially now that I'm trying to take some time for myself and work out 4 to 5 days a week. I wake up, I work out, I clean my house, I do laundry, I do chores, I do projects, whatever needs to be. And then it's like I sit down for maybe 30 minutes and then it's time to come get the kids, and then we have homework and lunch prepping for the next day, and making sure they have everything that they need for the next day, and projects and sports and just, you know, everything. And then getting home and trying to feed them dinner, and you know, trying to cook a dinner every night to save money so that we're not eating out all the time, even though our schedule is so busy right now. and getting them bathed and trying to pick up whatever mess they've made in the time being, even though I cleaned all morning. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's real hard doing that Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, we still have sports, and my husband, he doesn't sit at a desk all day. So I know that he's tired on the weekends, and I try to be respectful of that, but I'm human, and it sucks sometimes that he's sitting on the couch on the weekend, like passed out because he's so tired, when I want to sit on the couch and be passed out, and, I can't be. And it's real hard. It's real hard doing this by myself. I have a husband, I'm married, and I have 4 children, but it's like, I do feel like at times I'm like a single mom doing this by myself. And having 4 kids is a lot. Having a middle schooler, 2 elementary age kids, and then an almost preschooler, it's a lot. Having children with special needs, having children with some mental health issues, it's a lot. And I thank you guys for your kind comments on, thank God you keep it real, because I get real nervous sometimes posting stuff, wondering how are people going to react to this, because this is real and this is raw. And I yell at my kids, and I'm happy with my kids, and I have days where I just want to say screw it, I don't want to do anything, and I want to sit in my bed and just ignore everything. And that's how I got to the point that I am with my weight, where I'm so heavy right now. I'm like 75 pounds heavier than I need to be, that I've slowly gained back over a year, and it sucks. It sucks that I did that to myself, but I'm just trying to balance it all, and I'm trying to keep real to myself, and I'm trying to be honest with you guys, because I know a lot of people want Georgia to work for us. My husband came home last night, and because they had like a meeting at work or whatever, and he was saying, how, like, because he often will say, like, maybe we should go back home. But it's like the amount of house that we get for our money here. And yeah, we're renting right now, but we're renting to own. Part of our rent is going to own this home if we choose for it to. And I don't feel bad for renting. I think I'm making a very smart decision, where I am so emotional and still very attached to New England. I think it's very smart that I don't go and invest in this house, because houses definitely you don't get your you can't like flip it and make money as easily, I think, here as you can in New England. So I think that I'm being very smart waiting 2, 3, 4 years. Like, it's not going to kill me to wait that long to buy a house again. Like, I was a homeowner for 9 years. I know I'll be a homeowner again. I'm not worried about the renting thing, especially renting a home that I know that can be mine. Like, this house can be mine. I can choose to buy this home if I want to. But I know a lot of people want it to work. But it's hard. It's real hard. I don't regret leaving my children's school, even though the schools here are a lot, I don't want to offend anyone by saying this, but the schools are just definitely, the New England schools are definitely a step or 2 ahead of Georgia schools. But the emphasis that they put on letting kids be kids here, letting kids have recess, letting kids play, letting kids, I was born and raised a Southern Baptist, and I went to church for many, many, many years. Even when we did move to Massachusetts, even though it's not big there, maybe 1 in like every 10 people go to church there. It's more like people go to church on holidays there, and you don't see churches, but like they're very few and far between. Where here, churches are like Dunkin' Donuts in New England. Like it's that type of situation. But I'm not opposed to my children learning about, Jesus and the Bible, and, why we celebrate certain holidays and stuff to that. And that's taught here. And, I'll never forget the first few times we had things at the school, they prayed, and that threw me off, because if you prayed in a New England school, like, whew, you would have people after you. But, I love that aspect of it. I love that my kids, it's much more family based here. My kids Trevor gets upset that like on the weekends, none of his friends can really do anything unless it's a Friday night, because everyone goes to church and they hang out with their families on Sundays, and I like that. And that's one thing I love about Georgia. And obviously, like, it's April and I've been wearing t-shirts and shorts for a few months now, and every month since we've been here I've worn shorts and tank tops at one point in time. You know, the weather is beautiful here and everything is green, and I honestly think having the extra vitamin D definitely does help someone with mental anxieties and depressions and stuff like that. So it's like, I know people want us to do well here, and we definitely have the ability to. I think a lot will change once I can go to work here. You know, I actually have met some people here and I have talked with people here. I haven't found anyone that like I would like go and hang out with on the weekends or whatever, but you know, I'm slowly meeting people and building, you know, foundations for friendships and stuff like that. But, you know, that's going to take time. And I mean, that's the beauty of having a bunch of kids, is you do meet a lot of people. But I also think once I start working, that may help. And then that will also, you know, free up my husband's like worry with finances and stuff like that, that I can make that little extra money that we're missing. Because honestly, that's exactly what my paycheck will do. It'll like kind of just give us that little oomph that we need, you know, to succeed or whatever. And you know, I thank you guys for telling me that I help you, because you guys also help me. And I guess like this car chat is just about me, and just thank you guys for sticking by the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of my attitude, my personality, and everything over this past year, because it's been very difficult and very challenging. But I've always felt that I had this little place on the internet, and a lot of people don't understand, you know, YouTube and why I do it or anything like that. And then more and more people in my life, like people that my husband knows, whatever, are starting to find my channel, either by him telling people, or, you know, me talking about it, or them just finding it. And that does, I'm not gonna lie, make me very uncomfortable and very uneasy. I mean, I am me, but it's just, this is real raw. Like, some of this stuff that I talk to you guys about, I wouldn't necessarily, like, I'm not going to get into my finances with, you know, certain people in my life, because you just don't know if they're there to support you or not. You know what I mean? Because I know the way that we live with Dave Ramsey and stuff like that, it's very different, and it's not what a lot of people do, you know, no credit cards and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just wanted to thank you guys for basically thanking me, because you guys keep me happier, and, you know, maybe just keep my head clear or whatever. So this is so rambly, but I hope it makes sense, and I will see you guys in our next car chat.